how do you want somebody that you're just dating? And the answer is, for men, when you don't know women, you only want them. So that tells you where his head's at. Because what else do men want women for that they don't know?
That tells you where your head's because why? Because we like women. That tells you where your head's because why? Because we like women. Also, I like to add to that, it is unsafe for women to go on dates. There is a huge downside for a woman to be in the presence of a man, especially a strange man. Hey, shout out to my boy Blair, man. Shout out to my boy Blair. He over there on the TikTok getting busy. I came across his video today and it sent me down a little baby rabbit hole, and I had to watch all these videos. And I was like, this is hilarious. Like, how bad he cooked this man is funny as hell to me. But anyways, we're gonna get right into it. This is about the whole coffee date situation or whatever, but it's an interesting exchange, if you will, to say the least.
If coffee dates are low effort, what makes women deserving of high effort?
I want them. That's what makes them deserving of high effort. Like, do you just expect every woman to just fall into your hands like nothing? You have to put an effort to get the women that you want. You have to put an effort to keep the woman that you have. I hate to break it to you.
So the great thing about the question that I asked is it exposes every adult.
Real quick. That was a great assessment, right? Like just simply saying, like, the reason why they're worth the trouble, quote unquote, or the effort is because I want them. Because whatever woman I'm pursuing, I want to be with her. I want to be in her company. I want to be in her presence. I want to, have access to her, right? To have access to her time. Therefore, I'm going to show her that I want her by paying for a date or, whatever the case may be. The way that these types of men, this guy right here, the way that these types of men are like fighting so ardently against this concept is disturbing. Like, it is really disturbing because it's really not that hard to understand. You like the woman, show up for her. Boom, easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? We all used to get down like that. Now, it's been a concerted effort now to remove that, to go back on that. I understand it. Don't get me wrong, because I got many videos breaking down the why, but it's still disturbing and it's still odd. It makes zero sense to me.
So the great thing about the question that I asked is it exposes every adult person as it pertains to who they are in a relationship or before they get in one. Not once have I seen women answer this question directly. They'll just reframe the conversation completely by asking a different question. Why would you want to date somebody that you don't think deserves high effort? What makes you high effort? But it also exposed the men that have no prerequisite requirements for a woman to be anything. His answer was, because I want them. But how do you want somebody that you're just dating? And the answer is, for men, when you don't know women, you only want them sexually. So that tells you where his head's at. Because what else do men want women for that they don't know?
In a very unironic turn of events, you expose really how you think about women. Because men want to be in the company of women, right? So you asked the question, right? Let's ask that question again.
It was, because I want them. But how do you want somebody that you're just dating? And the answer is, for men, when you don't know women, you only want them sexually. So that tells you where his head's at. Because what else do men want women for that they don't know?
That tells you where your head's because why? Because we like women. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, if you want to go out, think about this. Has any man ever paid for his friend to go out with him? You know what I'm saying? I've paid. Men have paid for me. My homies, my homeboys, whatever. We've paid for each other. Like, if I didn't have money, but I wanted to go out with I wanted my friend to come with me because that's my guy, and I just want to enjoy his company, and I want him to have this experience, share this experience with me, I would pay for him. And men and boys have paid for me growing up. The fact that you can't connect that dot to why a man would want to or would want a woman without knowing her is hilarious to me. You could still want a person because here's the thing. The way that this dude's trying to make it seem is as if everybody who goes on a date on their first date, they know nothing about the person prior to going on the date. And that may be the case in 2025. I don't know, but for a lot of people, because they're meeting on apps or whatever the case may be, right? Fine. I've never met on the dating app stuff or whatever. Fine, if that's how it's going down. But typically, back in my day, not to date myself or age myself, we would talk to each other. I would get her number, she would get my number. We would text, we would talk, even if it was for a couple of days or whatever. We would create, it would be like a banter that, that went back and forth. And now my interest is piqued. Now I'm interested. Now I want to hang out with her. She seems nice. She seems pleasant. Of course, I'm physically attracted to her, but is that saying, do I have to not be physically attracted to her for me to also be interested in just hanging out with her? Those things aren't mutually exclusive. So at the end of it all, you ended up exposing what you think about women that you don't know. You think that the only reason for you to hang out with a woman who you don't know, right? And we say, no, I know what you're saying, know them deeply, I guess, is for you to sleep with them. How do you get to know a person though, sir? Think about that. You go out to see if you want to get to know them. You know what I'm saying? There's so many layers to this. You want to hang out with her. Okay, she passed the first test. She's pretty. I'm not saying that looks don't matter. Listen to what I'm saying. She passed the first test. She's pretty. She's pretty. You can connect that to sex, right? So you would sleep with her. You want to sleep with her even. Fine. Not denying that. We're all grown. Nobody here is denying that. Women do the same fucking thing. That's not a bad thing. That's just fucking, it's nature. It's just what happens, right? You see a person, you're attracted to them physically. That's really all you know about them for the most part at that moment, right? Cool. Then you have a short conversation with them, let's say. You see that they can communicate fairly well. Okay, so they're not a dumbass. You go back and forth a few times. Okay, cool. They don't seem creepy. But I want to get to know them, though. I don't really know them that much, but I'm interested because if she is half as funny as she is pretty, this could be a match made in heaven. If she's half as smart as she is attracted to me, this could be a match made in heaven. If he's half as nice as he is cute, this could be a match made in heaven. You see what I'm saying? So you get to know the person. You're interested in getting to know a person. I don't understand why that's such a novel concept. It's super easy, but you want to overcomplicate it to make some stupid ass fucking point. So this dingbat made another video because the first video didn't do what he thought it was going to do probably. So he had to double up on it. Or maybe he just wanted the attention because it was his only decent video that he made in the last month probably. I don't know. I don't be watching people's numbers like that. But anyways, this is his follow-up. So he double texted essentially.
What makes women deserving of high effort?
I want them.
Damn, I'm not gonna lie, it almost hurt to hear him say it like that. I want them. If I rewound that back and placed different words there, I could repeat the same message. I'm a slave to my phallus. That's what it sounded like. I want them. If you don't know them, then why do you want them? And the only thing you would want them for if you don't know them is sex. The way he said it sounds like he can't beat his own phallus. Pause. I mean, he can't conquer his own phallus. He's a slave to it. Wherever it says point, he goes. Because I want them. Damn, bro. You okay? No. I have set no standards and boundaries for what I will and will not tolerate with a woman. So if she expects me to give high effort, then I will. Because I want them.
You're trying so hard to make what he said sound stupid when it was it was very much like a nonsense approach to dating. I want to date them. They want to date me, but I want to date them. And I'm the one who asked them out on a date more than likely. Therefore, I'm going to take them out. I'm going to pay and I'm going to put in effort. You're doing all of this fucking dumbass, pseudo intellectual, he can't conquer his phallus. Shut your stupid ass up. I love this response. So after that, this is how my boy Blair, this is how he responded to him.
What makes women deserving of high effort?
I want them.
Ever since that video went viral, I've been getting a lot of comments from men telling me that I'm pandering to women, that I'm not going to get any DMs from women. I got a very long video response from a guy who told me that I'm a simp and that no women like me. And I hate to tell you this, ladies, but they're right. I've never gotten any DMs. It has never once happened at any point in my life. I never once have received any compliments. Never once. It has never happened. Why don't women like me?
Hey, he ate that boy right on up. Oh man, it's, you know, I don't call men simps. I don't play that game. I'll be honest with you. I get, words matter to me, so I'm not gonna call him a simp. I don't think Blair is simping. I think that he is like, I think he's just like an honest person, and he's just giving his honest critiques and honest assessments. But the men sure do. They sure think he's simping because he said, "Oh, I like women, so I'm gonna take them out on like this." The bar for simping has gotten exceedingly low. Like every single day, it's like, "Oh, you like talk to a woman, you a simp." Like next is gonna be, "Damn, you married?" Well, they are. Damn, I can't even say that. They already say that to people. Like men who are married, we simps. They be calling me a married man a simp. I'm like, who am I simping for? I'm not. Then they find out I'm married. They like, then they want to, like, oh, you must be on here simping for somebody. And I'm like, I'm not. Like, I really genuinely feel like this. Oh, that's crazy. I can't believe you got a wife and you out here still telling the truth. I don't know, man. Like, nigga, I'm not lying. What the fuck? I'm not an idiot. Like, it really ain't that hard to understand, bro. But that was a goated response from Blair. That was all he had to do. They said he was simping. They said he wasn't in control of his phallus, all types of weird shit, all because he said he believes in taking women out on dates and paying for them. Now, I'm not a big Scott Galloway fan. You guys know that already, but I agree with Scott Galloway 100% on this right here. And if you and we all know how black men love to listen to white men. So listen to this white man. Maybe you'll listen to him. He a simp too, huh? I guess.
I think men should pay for everything initially in a relationship. A man needs the guardrails and the emotional support.
Hold on, Scott Galloway. You're talking too fast. Back it up. Let's do it one more time. Say that one more time for the people in back. They didn't hear you. I want to hear it one more time for the people in back.
I think men should pay for everything initially in a relationship. A man needs the guardrails and the emotional support of a relationship more than a woman. When a woman doesn't have a romantic relationship, she pours that energy into work and friends and can still have quite a nice life. When a man doesn't have a relationship, doesn't cohabitate, or isn't married by the time he's 30, there's a 1 in 3 chance he's going to be a substance abuser. He pours that additional energy into things like video games and porn and nationalism. Widowers are less happy than when they were married. Widows are happier after their husband dies. So the reality is, a woman, specifically in her mating years where she's fertile, her time is just more valuable. The downside potential of sex on that date is much greater for her. And you are going to benefit more as the male from a potential relationship, which says to me that a means of establishing that you recognize the asymmetry and trying to compensate for that asymmetry is, in my view, to start by paying.
I agree with you about dating, and what I would say is that I think too many men think that the first date or early dates have to be this extravagance in terms of how much it costs.
They don't. They're lying about that. The thing that the men are trying to do is men want to mate, they want to sleep with as many women as possible, and they want it to be as cost effective as possible because life is hard. Life is life, right? The economy is messed up. The men's is broke. They're struggling. So they want to be able to take women out on coffee dates. They want to be able to take women out on long walks around the park. They want to be able to take women out to museum. They want the dates to be $20, $30, $40 a pop. You know what I'm saying? That way they can do 2 or 3 dates a week, right? A date a week, maybe, right? For depending on your budget. Because if you think about it, actually, even 2 or 3 dates a week at $40 a pop is $150 a week, which is $600 a month. $550 to $600 a month. A lot of men ain't got that much money. That's a whole bill in and of itself, right? So really, they want to keep it to like $40 a week, $50 a week. That's $200 a month. Okay, I can manage that. But what they want to maximize their chances of sleeping with the woman. That's what it is. They want to maximize their chances of sleeping with the woman. So they want to go as cheap as possible. And they'll pay for dates later on once they sleep with the woman to maintain access to that woman's body. But they don't want to be paying for the women that they haven't slept with, because men are completely transactional in this way. But everything Scott said, that's the reason why. Those are the reasons why. Also, I like to add to that, it is unsafe for women to go on dates. There is a huge downside for a woman to be in the presence of a man, especially a strange man. A huge downside. It's very little to no benefit for them. So yeah, you should be paying for the date, the first date, the second date, like he said, early on. I don't know how long early on lasts for you in your relationships, right? Early on with me, with women, after the 5th or 6th day, women would start paying. Like once they saw like I was paying, they were cool with paying. Some women paid after the second date. Some women paid after the first. Some women paid the first date. But I was always down to pay early on. As long as I had the money, I was down to pay early on. Period. Point fucking blank. Y'all fucking the game up for everybody else. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all fucking dating up. You making it bad. You making it hard for people. Actually, I take that back. A man like Blair, he having his way in the world if he wants to, because women are looking for intentional men. And it's so easy nowadays to differentiate yourself from the unintentional men if you're an intentional man. It's so easy. Just doing something as simple as paying for a date. Just paying for a decent date nowadays and not talking about body count on the first date will get you at least 3 dates nowadays, I would suspect. Because that's how shitty men are.